Governor Corbett's cuts are going to affect our communities.
Great opportunity for everybody to come together, decarcerate, act up, occupy, the students, the teachers, in a united voice to tell Corbett, you know, money for education, not for prisons.
Millions of dollars, and you know, obviously their top priority is not the education of the children going to these schools. It's how much money they can make. So I think it's a big problem.
Ones that we are already presented with. I can't speak for anybody else, but in my school, personally, I've seen books dated back to the 1900s. Things change every day. I want to see an English textbook that my teachers didn't read when they were our ages. I want to see a history textbook with our black president in it. I don't want to see my aunt's or uncle's names in my book when they weren't there since the 70s. But what do I know? I'm just a child who has to learn in these outdated books and become their age one day and barely have any of the necessary knowledge. They say we're the future, but hold us back. The cuts have gotten so deep, we're to the point where we might miss a whole year, even more. And even if we don't, 64 schools are still closing, and each year the number will grow. They say we're the future, but we're being held back. They put our heads full of lies. Everything will be okay. Things are getting better. Everything will work itself out. Well, the next school year is scheduled to open in 4 months. How much longer do you expect us to wait? Till our school is closed down, and we have to get relocated? It's even worse, and our school district doesn't even open. They say we're the future, but you fund the slammers instead of the schools. More and more money is being slowly leached out of our education and poured into our incarceration. I'm pretty sure you see the pattern. Let me explain. More budget deduction, less supply production, less stimulation, less motivation, more insubordination, leading to our incarceration.
Because I don't like how they cut schools. Like, I don't like how they say like the nurse is only there for like 2 days a week, and art class is like we only have it once a week. So, and I like art personally, and I like gym, and I like most of my prep classes. And if like he keep cutting schools, we're not gonna have it. And the fact I don't like how he gonna cut all those schools and spending the money on prisons.
Corbett decision to take $1 billion away from education to build 3 new prisons. To me, this is hard to understand. Education is key to young people's success. If we give more people a better education, people can find a job, and the crime will go down. Do you hear me?
Their parents, workers, future parents, not just in Philly, but across the U.S. should be alarmed, because this is not just happening in Philadelphia. There's 42 states besides Pennsylvania that have very similar legislation that allows for the wholesale privatization of school districts.
I think it's a connection that some people don't automatically make. You know, the less educated you are, the more prone you might be to have to commit crimes to survive. And we have a for-profit prison system, and many people don't realize that the prison system is actually on the stock exchange. So the more prisons they build, the more prisoners they have, the more profit they make.
If you don't go to school, you're not going to have nothing to do in your life, and you're 9 times out of 10 you're going to prison.
Pushing this idea that somehow private charter schools are a better education than public schools that have been underfunded. And you know, when you spend $32,000 a year to incarcerate somebody and $7,000 a year to educate them, it's pretty clear which one's going to get shortchanged. And that's not going away. That's increasing that trend. So yeah, we should be sounding the alarm and being out here and organizing. We really have to start uniting and fighting back over this.
Not like they always say that people should go to school, yada yada, but if we don't have a school to go to, where we're going to get our education?
I remind you before I leave, people can vote you in, people can vote you out. Yeah!